right, here we go again. Accordion Cool. My goodness, it's been another week. Coach Dave here, as you probably figured out by now after all these years. And today we're doing another one of our alphabet shows. Now, that first song was called On the Road Again, so you may get an idea of what letter we're using. Now, that song, as you know, I don't generally do a lot of country songs, but that was written by Willie Nelson in 1980. Ironically, 1980 was a time that two of my sons and myself were on the road again. We actually ran from Miami, Florida to Weymouth, Mass., 1,681 miles in 28 days in 1980. So that song would have really fit what we were doing or trying to do, and I guess we did get it done. So Willie Nelson, On the Road Again, 1980. All right, we're going to 1962 for this song. Now this song, I've always kind of liked it, but it wasn't written till the 1960s, and it kind of sounds like that it should be a big band song, but it wasn't, and it was made popular by a group called Ruby and the Romantics. Now, I don't know who Ruby was, nor do I know who the Romantics were, but they had this, I assume it was probably pretty much a one-hit wonder, but 1962, our day is gonna come, our day will come. Here we go. Gonna come. I don't know if that's gonna be good or bad, but what can I say? actually, I was going to change the sound on the piano, but we didn't test that sound, so I'm going to leave it where it is for this next song. The song was written in 1947. Came from a movie. Movie came from a book, I guess. Song is called On Green Dolphin Street, and it's pretty much just been a jazz standard for all these years. So let's see what we can do with this. Green Dolphin Street. I always liked that song. First time I ever heard it was Art Van Dam, the great Art Van Dam, who I have mentioned numerous times, who was a granddaddy, this fellow that started this whole jazz accordion thing. He had it on at least one of his albums. I think it was probably one of Art's favorite songs also. Okay, let's go to 1937 now. This song, I think a couple of guys just decided, hey, let's write a song. 'Cause I don't think it came from a show or a movie or anything like that, but it, again, has become a jazz standard, and it's called Once in a While. Once in a While, or Once Upon a Time. No, Once in a While, that's what it is. Once in a while, will you try to give one little thought to me? Oh, that's a very discouraging song. Well, we're going back even a few years further for this one, 1931. And the same thing, I don't think it was a show song or anything like that. Just a couple of guys wrote a song, but the fella kind of, I guess, put it on the landscape and had a lot of success was Bing Crosby. Remember Bing Crosby? Well, Bing Crosby, I guess, had a big hit on it, and he did it several times since 1931. Well, not since, obviously since, but you know, from 1931 on, you know, he did it several times in shows and things like that. So it's called Out of Nowhere, or You Came to Me from Out, there's a row, Out of Nowhere. So let's see what it sounds like, I hope. You came to me from out of nowhere. Well, you know, we got a couple of extra minutes here, and I thought we might possibly have. So we're going to give you a little bonus song. No charge for this, no extra. When you get your cable bill, make sure there's no charge for Coach Dave's extra bonus song. This is On Me, free song. And I'm still staying because I actually do know another old song. And I think I might have done this recently on the show, but we won't tell anybody. So, but this is called On the Sunny Side of the Street. So we'll just do a little bit of this, see what happens. On the sunny side of the street, and that does bring us down to our last tune. Now this song came from a movie, 1939. Every little girl under the age of 12 has seen the movie at least 40 times. Tells the story of a young farm girl and her little dog Toto. Anybody know where I'm going with this? I think you probably do. And this song almost did not get in the movie because Judy Garland played the little girl and she sang the song, but some of the producers didn't think that, you could sell a little girl in the middle of a cornfield playing a song like this. But this song persevered, and of course through all the years, and this song was voted the greatest song of the 20th century. Now I think you know what I'm talking about, a little bit of Over the Rainbow. So let's see what happens. The greatest song of the 20th century, Over the Rainbow. Well, that just about takes care of our show for today, even with the bonus song we got in there. And of course, I normally don't end the show with a ballad or a slow song, but hey, when it's the greatest song of 100 years, 100 years the century, when it's the greatest song of the century, I think we can do that. So I want to thank y'all, as usual, for watching, listening, tuning in, however it is that you get our little show here. And I'm going to say, bring the young'uns in, bring the Over the Rainbow. They probably all know it better than I do. But anyway, once again, thanks for watching. And let's go out with, I don't know, how about Over the Rainbow?